Anthony Baumgartner here with a quick progress update on Terrorglyph, the new survival arcade game. Now, since originally pitching this project, a lot of features have been implemented into the game's prototype. These include a new HUD display, new character animations, and the implementation of the game's main enemies, the mummies. The mummies have very detailed animations and they trigger accordingly to the situations they are in. As well, thanks to the time and care taken into rigging and designing the mummies, it's actually relatively very quick to animate them, and it actually is very fun too. You could almost say that they've been reanimated to life. You may now defend yourself against the mummies using your handgun, but make sure that you watch your health bar, because if you receive too much damage, you might end up dying. Future plans for the combat system include making it so that the mummies react differently depending on where they are shot, and maybe receive more damage if they're hit in their weak spots, such as their head or even their heart. That would be quite an idea, and I would really like to actually implement it for the upcoming prototype that's coming up very soon. And as well, another idea is to take a little bit of inspiration from games like Resident Evil 4, where after you defeat an enemy, they drop ammunition, health ups, or even treasure for you. And that's something I definitely want to make happen in the next iteration of this game. Moving on to the audio side of this project, a lot of sounds have been implemented into the character animations, and thanks to the visual and audio timelines available in Adobe Animate CC, it was actually really easy to make it so that those sounds sync perfectly with the character animations. For instance, the tomb robber, whenever he walks on the sand, every time his foot actually hits the sand is when a sound effect triggers for the footstep. And the technique used there is very easy to copy to all the other characters, and it ultimately made the development time that much more quick, and that much more fun too. Other sounds that were implemented in the game include the sound of gunfire, and the mummies moaning, which was recorded by myself and edited so that it sounds that much more menacing. For the musical component of Terrorglyph, a lot of the scores have now been composed and are just in the process of being digitally remastered and refined so that they are that much more pleasing to the ear. The next step for Terrorglyph is to take this basic prototype and make it into a mini game where the player has to survive an onslaught of mummies for as long as they can. This is going to be a very good way to test the game, see if there's any more bugs to fix, and it will act as a proof of concept to future investors as well as supporters as yourselves, so that you can see where the game is going, and we definitely made it quite far at this point. I'd like to thank you for your time. I'm Anthony Baumgartner, and I'll see you next time.